camera over, Coda. Come on, Coda. Get going. Get going. What are you doing? Go. Morning. Is that a rabbit? Go get the rabbit, Coda. Go on. Go get it. What's going on, guys? Just a little Monday morning. Hey, Dylan. Is that Rio? I can't see. I've got my glasses on. Hey, Ken. What's up, guys? Just outside with Coda. We just got back from a nice long morning walk. Geez, a lot of people on here. Monday mornings. Doesn't anyone work, guys? Come on. We all retired? What's up, Susan? Charles? Ooh, I didn't expect many to jump on here. Now I'm going to have to talk about some. Hey, Trisha. Just hanging outside with Coda. Early morning. Ring doorbell. Who the hell is at my ring doorbell this early? It's got to be the cat next door. JD, looking good, buddy. Looking all GQ. Hey, Rich. Hey, Mark. Hi, Fia. Oh, it's my daughter. She's getting ready to go away for a few days. Teenagers. I can't believe we're at that point. You know, wow, there's a lot of people on here. Good morning, everybody. There's really nothing planned. You guys have seen Coda, the German Shepherd I have here, right? So I like to take her on a nice long walk in the morning and a nice long walk in the evening. Not just for part of training, but she's really overweight. She's extremely overweight. And so I have to get a lot of that weight off of her so she feels better. She's a spayed female. She was spayed fairly early, not too early, but I think she was around 2 years old or right before 2 years old. And you know, these German Shepherds, they struggle when you alter them, especially early, like big time. But it was interesting to me because I take her for a walk and she does really well, you know, and she's got some issues with dogs. For sure, she definitely has some issues with dogs, but we're working through that. She does really good in my house with my dogs until her food bowl is in her pen. Then even if there's no kibble in her food bowl, she becomes a little reactive, but not too bad. We'll fix that. If there's even one piece of kibble in that food bowl, she blows up, like really blows up. We'll fix that too. That's not a big deal, you know. But I was thinking about this. I just took her for a walk, and you know, I have her on a nice thick leather collar. I like flat buckle collars. That's what I mostly use, right? That's what she's on. And so I take her for a walk, and I see two women walking towards us with a young German Shepherd puppy. Couldn't be more than 20 weeks old, young dog. And so I'm watching Coda, but I'm not going to address. I could see her kind of fixating a little bit, but I didn't want to do anything about that. I didn't want to fix it because I wanted to see. I haven't seen that side of her yet away from the house. I wanted to see what she did. And as these people are walking towards us with this young German Shepherd, I mean, this is a young German Shepherd. You know, the dog's out in front of them and he's kind of pulling them. And of course, what happens, even though this German Shepherd's couldn't be more than 20 weeks old, he blows up, tries to get to us. Of course, then Coda blew up and I took care of it. She didn't carry on too long, you know what I mean? But this is a puppy, a freaking puppy. Again, these German Shepherds, I can make a living just out of the Shepherds, and it's so awful what we're doing to them. It's just so awful what we're doing to them, you know. And from what I was told, they had another German Shepherd and didn't go well for that dog. They had to get rid of it. But you think that people would start educating themselves. Like, you know, if I was going to, I don't know, start playing lacrosse tomorrow, right? I don't know why I thought of that. Before I start playing, I'm going to do so much research and learn as much as I can and prepare myself to be the best I possibly can be. But for some reason with dogs, people just don't do that. They just get them and they just have them and they expect everything to go right. And I don't understand that. I can't just figure it out. So I used that training opportunity for Coda. I wanted to see how she responded. She responded in a way I didn't want. I fixed it, right? And so we continued on. Now, as we get to the other side of the neighborhood, there's a big black lab that's very vocal and pretty reactive, and I'm assuming he has an underground fence because he don't come out all the way. And so that dog starts carrying on and barking, as we're coming down the road. But I use that opportunity to send Coda a message that behavior is not acceptable. You just can't do it. She stays with me very nicely. She's at my side. She don't pull on the leash anymore. She don't do any of that stuff. She's very responsive. So literally the second she heard that dog and looked, I didn't wait till she became fixated and tense. I said no, and I gave her a very quick, firm pop across the front of my body. Not up, not back. These pet dog people, you have to understand. When you pull back on a dog, you're just creating that opposition reflex to pull harder. Pet dog people, please listen to this. This is what we do with working dogs and biting dogs to get them want to pull harder and to bite or to chase something. We pull back, so they want to pull forward. So pet dog people, stop pulling back on your dog, okay? It's very easy, even for a big, strong dog like Coda. Quick little pop across the front of the body, touch the head like this. Instead of like this. You pull back, the dog leans like this. You pull back, the dog leans like this. You correct back, the dog leans like this. There's no effect. You make it worse. Pet dog people, listen to this. You make it worse. Don't pull back on your dog. Don't correct pulling back, okay? She's on a wide, flat buckle collar. I can't hurt her, right? There's a reason why it's wide. Covers a lot of ground around the neck. It's not going to affect the dog physically to cause any kind of damage or pain, right? But as soon as she looked, I said no. Now, everyone says no, right? No, 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 no. Half the dogs I see, I think their name is no. No means nothing if there's no consequence to follow. There has to be something. Just like yes means nothing if a consequence doesn't follow. Yes usually means a good consequence is going to happen, right? Yes, you mark the moment in time that the dog did what you liked, right? That's the important part of the timing, not the actual reward, the yes or the click. You're marking the time the dog gave you what you asked. That's how the dog's learning how to repeat what you want. Yes, you ask the dog to down. As soon as the dog gets a yes, it doesn't matter if the reward comes 30 seconds later. It's the moment you mark it. Well, what the hell do people think it's any different with a no? If you tell the dog no, which your dog should know what no means, no, there has to be a consequence. So before she can build up and get fixated and get nervous even further, I helped her. I came to her rescue. I was her therapist at that moment by saying no and giving her a very quick, firm pop across the front of my body. So she went like this, quick. Then she's like, okay, I'll knock the shit off. And then that's it. Then I walked right past the dog on the sidewalk, not the opposite side of the street, because that's what people do, right? Coda gets nervous. You have the dog on the right side of the street, and people move further to the left side of the street to get on the sidewalk. Now, what you're doing is you're telling that dog, I'm going to reward your fear, your anxiety, your reactivity, your aggression by moving you away what's making you nervous. That's what you're telling the dog. These are the signals you're telling the dog. Well, I did the opposite. The second she started looking and noticing the dog, I said no, gave her a quick correction, and then walked to the dog, right past the dog on the sidewalk. You know what Coda did? Nothing, because she trusted me. She knew that I can control her in every situation. You know what the dog did that was blowing up at her? He did nothing. He just sat there and watched us go by. You know what that told Coda? Shit, this guy can control everything around us. I don't have to worry about anything. Like, this is pretty awesome. Now I could just relax. And then she pooped in the road. You know what I mean? Which is good, because I think she's pooped one time since she's here. That movement, that forward movement, that traveling, that homeless person dog training has a lot of benefits to it. A lot of benefits to it. So you have all these different camps of dog training that like to stick to one method or technique or tool or way of being. I don't believe in that. You know, I'm not a perfect dog trainer. I do a lot of things wrong, right? I know this, but I utilize everything at my fingertips, and whatever's going to work best for this particular dog, that's what I'm going to do. But I do believe the more different things we throw at a dog to help them, the more we achieve. I really believe that. And, you know, I've kind of shown that for a very long time, even though you're always going to have your haters and your critics. You know, I just had someone send me a video today. You know, these people are, it was old. It wasn't even new. They're out there. If you're doing something, if you're not pissing anyone off and you have no haters, you're doing something wrong, right? You're insignificant. Think about that. But I can't believe how many freaking people, maybe I need to do more early morning lives. There's a lot of people on here. But again, the German Shepherds are struggling. We see this. The breed is just destroyed, right? We've completely disintegrated one of the greatest breeds ever created, you know? In the pet dog world, it's disgusting what we see. Where you at, Coda? Oh, she's laying down. You know, I love this dog. She's a really sweet dog. Really sweet dog, but she has her issue, as you guys could see. That's why I've been posting so much about her. That's why I posted an hour-long video. That I can't believe how many people watched that whole friggin' video, because it's important that you don't just talk about shit. You gotta show stuff. Whether people like it or not, whether people agree with it or not, if you're not willing to show the work, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit to help no one. So stop running your mouth, okay? You care so much about dogs, show the shit. A lot of people can't show everything they do because it wouldn't go well if people saw some of the shit they did behind the scenes. And that's a fact, right? That's the truth. But little things like that we just experience on the walk, that so many of us, you know, in the dog training world, right? It's exhausting because we have so much stuff online and we all do it, right? But the majority of us, it's all dog trainer related. All the dog groups, I don't do much in dog groups, right? They're useless to me. I enjoy the Canine Paradigm group because Glenn and Pat do it the right way. Best podcasts out there for dog training and best group as far as I'm concerned. It's no bullshit. It's no bullshit, right? These other groups, people form groups because a lot of them are just douchebags that can't talk publicly, openly, because they're douchebags, and the douchebaggery that runs through them, it's just vile, right? And so, as dog trainers, especially pet dog trainers, right? I think the working dog world, of course they got their issues, of course, but it's much more goal-oriented. And if a working dog, a sport dog trainer sees something that someone's doing that's fantastic, boy, they embrace it, right? They want to take anything they could to succeed further than what they're doing. In the pet dog world, everyone's got the answers, but it's usually more towards ripping someone else down, but they ain't showing shit. You know what I mean? They ain't showing shit. And they want to sell you everything. They want to sell you everything. Pay for this, pay for that. The good thing about my stuff is you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to watch it if you don't like it or don't agree with it, but it's fucking free. So don't bitch and complain, just don't watch it. But these German Shepherd dogs, hey Coda, can you guys see Coda? You see her there? I can't see, the sun's in my eyes now. You know? She's a wonderful dog with a wonderful owner, right? A wonderful owner. I'm going to tell you how committed this owner is. This is funny shit. When I was working still with my federal job, right, I didn't mix the two. So there was nothing dog training related while I was on government duty. I always had to make sure that was very separated, right? It took me a very long time to get permission to have a business. Because of my clearance, you have to get permission from the government to do anything on the side. And I'm hard to get a hold of, right? My voice box stays full. I get between 200 and 500 messages a day, whether it's voice messages or emails or texts. I don't get to see them all. Well, Coda's owner, so damn committed, she used her head. She called my office. She called the government special agent hotline and said, hey, I'm sorry to do this, but I can't get a hold of you and I need your help. I thought that was hysterical. It's okay, I'll get back to you. You know, we dealt with it later, of course. But you have a very committed owner to a wonderful dog, a very sweet dog, but she struggles and she wants to fix it. She had been to another trainer before. I think it was like a week-long board and train. That does more harm than good, you know, but people don't understand that. They don't know. They think they're doing what's good for the dog. You can't fix a dog in a week. You can't train a dog in a week. You can't fucking train a dog in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It takes time. You know what I mean? You see how slow I'm moving with this dog. So a lot of people bash taking your dog for a walk. It's stupid, it's useless, we don't do that. Well, listen, I find it incredibly valuable in so many ways. You know, if you're going to go compete in dog sports and everything, do you need to be walking your dog nicely on a leash? No. No, you don't. You absolutely don't. Is there a benefit to it? I don't know. Probably not. But you have a pet dog, right? What's the one thing that everyone can do? Walk their dog. What's the one thing every pet dog owner should be doing? Walking their dog. But is there a sense in walking your dog if you can't walk your dog properly? If your dog's going to pull you down the street, makes no sense. Don't bother then, because then you're doing more harm than good, right? If you could take your dog for a nice walk every day where the dog responds to you, it doesn't pull you around, it doesn't stop and try to pee on everything, and you can come home and you could throw a ball and play fetch with your dog or play games or play tug with your dog, how much more would you need? You know what I'm saying? That's why I made the post the other day. If you trained your dog like part homeless person and part sport dog champion, you cover everything. Homeless people, their dogs are always out. They experience life every day. They're not cooped up in a house, sleeping on a couch, where the humans fuck them up by doing stupid human things to them, right? They're out and they have to move and they have to walk and they have to travel. They experience the world. And you'll see most homeless dogs are very well behaved. And then you take the, high-level sport dog trainers who bring the best out of the most complicated friggin' dogs out there, the most driven, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, and they just put it all into this tight little box where the dog just performs in a beautiful way with heart and soul and desire. It's freaking beautiful, right? So if the average pet dog person tried to grab each side, if the average pet dog trainer would focus more on learning the working dog side of things, they'd have so much more success with these pet dogs that we all train. So much more, okay? I can't just take Coda for a walk and ask her to sit and give her a treat and think I'm going to get anywhere with her. I gotta push the dog. I gotta get her to have a little fire and have a little confidence. I want to get her to play, and it's hard. It's absolutely hard. To me, it looks like a dog that has been, and I could be totally wrong, but it looks like a dog that's been corrected before, not by the owner, because she shows a glimmer, she'll grab the ball, and then she stops herself, right? Why does she stop herself? She's telling you something. Yesterday she came, she jumped on me, she grabbed the ball, she started tugging, and then she stopped, and she walked away. It's like she catches herself, and I could be totally wrong. But to me, that's saying, in the past, grabbing a ball or playing, it led to something that she wasn't crazy about or something unpleasant. That's what I believe happened there, because it's so strange that it's there. That desire for her to play is there, but she's actually stopping herself. So normally I like to get fired up and act like an idiot to get the dog motivated, right? I can't do that with her. It actually turns her off, okay? So I have to do everything really slow with a lot of movement. That's why you saw me sitting in the chair and barely doing anything with the ball. And I know a lot of people probably said, well, you always talk about not being such a dry fart. You're not putting much energy into it. I'm doing that on purpose, because the second I put a lot of life into something, she walks away. She doesn't like it, So I have to give her what she needs. And I'm trying to tap into that, believe me, and it's not easy. But what I saw yesterday was, she did very well when we started doing some obedience. She doesn't eat much, even though she's very heavy, but that's a early spaying thing, mostly, usually, with the shepherds. But she did really good and was very driven to take food from my hand. So today we're gonna do more of that. I'll probably introduce the e-collar to her very soon, and I think that will probably pep her up a little bit too, I think. But all these things are important. So I had a laugh when a friend of mine sent me the video. Someone, it's just comical. Everyone's an expert, but don't want to do anything to help anyone. Come on, man. Come on, get a life. Get a life. You know what I mean? My shit's free. It's free. Don't watch it if you don't like it. But there's tens and tens and tens of thousands of people out there. Believe me, I know, that find it beneficial. And where we're failing as dog trainers is that general pet dog population. That's where we're either going to get killed by all these people trying to take our tools and our breeds. That's where that comes from. But that's where we're going to succeed too. If we don't have the general public on our side, that's where we're going to lose the right to train the way we want to use the tools that we want to love the breeds that we want to. Not from other dog trainers. We're a very small percentage, right? That's why you get these purely positive, world famous trainers that can't train a dog to save their life, but they're world famous TV personalities, biggest YouTube channels on the planet, literally making millions from training dogs, and they've never trained a dog in their life, right? You'll never see them work with a difficult dog. They can't, you know? They might be able to teach a dog how to, I don't know, sleep, breathe, drink some water, but they have no dog training ability whatsoever, and they're world famous, making millions, and the world loves them. Do you know why? They make it sound good. They make us sound bad. They make it look good. They make us look bad. And they plead to the numbers of the general dog owning population across the world. And that's millions of people. Millions of people. And I'll say it again and again and again, as dog trainers, we're failing because we are not touching those people in the right way. We can't get our shit straight together, and we spend all our time fighting and ripping each other apart within the so-called balanced side of dog training. We'll never win like that. We're going to lose everything. I know, because I've been to Europe, I've been different parts of the UK, I've been to Australia, I've been different parts of the world where the e-collars are gone, the prong collars are gone, certain breeds are gone. We're doing it here. Step up, and work towards educating the general dog training population, or we are fucked as we know dog training. It's going to ruin it for everyone. I can't believe how many people. I'm retired. Look at this. I'm sitting in my yard. The birds are chirping. Coda is over here laying down with me. We're just enjoying each other. The sun's starting to shine in my eyes now. So I'm going to let you all go. I hope everyone has the best week ever. Do something to make a dog's life better today. Today. Just make their life better. That's all you got to do. If you make it a little better every day, it gets contagious. And that shit builds. Dog training is like investing in a good mutual fund, right? Little investments grow over time, and you can't replace time. That's what allows this stuff to grow. Dog training is the same thing. Little bit every day grows into big, huge dividends, big, huge profits over the long haul. But you got to invest a little something every day. Peace.